congratulate the students who have completed the online master's degree in applied health informatics. The master's degree is a 36-semester-hour program offered at a distance and can be completed in 1 year. For this ceremony, 6 students have completed the program in 1 year. The other 3 students have completed the program in approximately 2 years. As you've noticed, this is not a traditional in-world ceremony, but is occurring in the virtual world of Second Life on the SBMI island. Second Life has been the technology used to meet, communicate, and collaborate throughout the program. Let me express my gratitude to the students that's been willing to step outside their comfort zone and embrace the experience of interacting in Second Life. At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Zhang, Interim Dean, who will give his remarks to the students. Dr. Zhang.
Thank you, Julie. I'm Jia Zhang, the Interim Dean for the School of Biomedical Informatics. Thank you for taking your time off in your busy first life to join us in the much better Second Life today. I would like to use this opportunity to give you an update about the school. This year has been a great year of growth and productivity for the school, students, and faculty. In the academic area, we have set several records this year. The enrollment in our academic programs has reached an all-time high this year. The enrollment for this summer alone grew by 30% over last year, and the enrollment for the coming fall semester is expected to be an all-time high again. The 2012 graduating class for all programs at SBMI, including PhD, Master, and Certificate, is the largest in the school's history. And the graduating class today for the Applied Master program is also the largest for the HIT program. Since we enrolled the first class of students in 1998, the school has graduated almost 200 degree students and 80 certificate students, including 24 PhD students and 175 master students. We have a very good, impressive records for our graduates. Half of our PhD graduates obtained faculty positions in leading academic institutions, including 3 at Duke University. Our master's graduates have also obtained leading positions in many hospitals, companies, and academic institutions, including several high-level informatics director positions at major hospitals in the Texas Medical Center. For example, the CMIO of MD Anderson, the medical director of clinical information for the Harris County Hospital District, medical director of medical informatics at Memorial Hermann at TMC, assistant vice president at St. Luke's Episcopal Health System, and a research scientist at Methodist, who is the principal investigator of a recent $14 million grant from CMS. The primary mission of our school is education, and it will continue to be education. Biomedical and health informatics is a rapidly growing academic area. Health information technology is one of the very few industries that have been growing at a double-digit rate, even during a severe recession. Today's health information technology is more like the internet in the dot-com era, but we have a major difference here. It's not going to crash. There is a huge and growing demand for an educated workforce at the certificate and master's level. Our school is currently doing a major marketing campaign to promote its master's and certificate programs. If you drive in Houston on the major freeways in October, you will see several billboards that promote our school's master programs. We will aggressively grow enrollment for these two programs, master's and certificate, while streamlining and strengthening our curriculum. With the exponential proliferation and relevance of health data, we need new tools to store, protect, organize, process, retrieve, present, and convert them into context-dependent, just-in-time information and knowledge that will support and optimize clinical and healthcare tasks. These tools require advanced research in clinical, cognitive, translational, and public health informatics. In response to these urgent needs, we will expand and enhance doctoral and postdoc training in these important areas to better educate future scientists and healthcare leaders. On the research side, our research enterprise has been delivering outstanding products over the past academic year. The Clinical and Translational Research Informatics Core, led by our faculty member Dr. Aaron Bernstein, contributed significantly to the successful renewal of the 5-year $20 million grant for the last 5 years. The Gulf Coast Regional Extension Center, led by Dr. Kim Down, have enrolled more than 2,000 providers who will receive help in their adoption and meaningful use of electronic health records. The SHARP-C grant, another $15 million grant funded by the Office of the National Coordinator for Health IT, is led by a core team of school faculty, has successfully completed the first 2 years of research and delivered stellar products important for adoption and meaningful use of electronic health records. Biomedical informatics is an applied research area that has made significant contributions to the development and growth of health information technology, operational efficiencies in the clinic environment, and patient safety and quality of care. Our school has a lot of expertise that can contribute to clinical operations. We have been working with UT physicians, Memorial Hermann Hospital, and other clinical partners in the Texas Medical Center on several application projects in areas of quality, efficiency, and safety of clinical care. We will expand our collaborations with other UTHealth schools in areas of public health informatics, dental informatics, nursing informatics, and bioinformatics. We have been very active on the faculty recruitment front. Our recruitment strategy is to focus on 3 categories of candidates: those who have a strong interest in and dedication to teaching, those who can fill the gaps in the school's research and education programs, and those who can apply informatics to real-world clinical operations. One candidate is already on board. He is today with us in Second Life. We are also in the final stage of negotiation with a star candidate who may bring 10 more people to the school. And we will have a lot of candidates for interview in about 2 weeks. We will grow and excel. I know that. Together, we will create spectacular outcomes. Remember that we are at the forefront of a transformational era, the health information technology revolution. We are the right people doing the right things at the right time in history. What could be better? The summer 2012 HIT graduating class. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for contributing to the school, and best wishes for your next move in your career. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Zhang. Thank you for that very inspiring speech and giving us more information about the future of our school here at SBMI. Now it's my honor to welcome Dr. George Stansel, Executive Vice President for Academic and Research Affairs, and Dean John P. McGovern, School of Biomedical Endowed Professorship. He will now deliver his remarks. Dr. Stansel.
Well, thank you, Dr. Brixley. I'm happy to be here to bring my personal greetings and also to bring greetings from the Health Science Center and from our president, Dr. Giuseppe Colacerda, who couldn't be with us tonight. I have to say graduations are always an exciting time. I'm sure they're exciting for all of you, for your faculty mentors, and for your family who may be with you in Second Life on their computer screens in your homes or wherever you might be. I also have to say it's terribly exciting to be part of a Second Life graduation. All I did was log on and I immediately lost 20 pounds and my receding hairline improved, and I don't have to wear a tie under this heavy graduation gown that we normally have to wear in Houston in the summer heat. So this is all very wonderful. But to be serious for a moment, I really would like to offer my congratulations and to wish you well. And I have to say that you really are being trained to do important work. And I had a very vivid illustration of that in my own personal life just this past week. People my age, I won't say how old I am, but people my age often have body parts wear out. And in point of fact, I have a very sore hip, and my hip, due to arthritis, has basically worn out. And 4 years ago, I had my first hip replacement, and you can imagine that there were all sorts of x-rays and tests done and so forth. And this was done by a physician in a hospital. And here I am 4 years later, and my other hip starts to hurt. So I decided that I should have a second hip transplant, or at least talk to a physician about it. So when I went to see this physician, he immediately said, "Well, who did your last hip?" And I said, "Dr. So-and-so." And he said, "Well, where are the x-rays?" Well, I said, "Gee, I don't know. I think I have them at home someplace." He said, "Well, go get them and come back and see me." So I went back home. Next week I came, brought the x-rays, showed him the x-rays. And then he said, "Well, now we need some new x-rays. So you have to go over to another hospital where I work, which is different than the last hospital where the guy who did your first hip worked, and have some new x-rays, and then you can pick them up and bring them back there." So I'm running around here getting x-rays and hauling them all around from 4 years ago and so forth. And it occurred to me, gee, wouldn't it be a lot simpler if my physician, my new physician, could just log on and pull up in a record a digital copy of the x-rays I had 4 years ago, so he could see exactly how my hip looked 4 years ago and decide what the best treatment was for me today, and then just send those over to the new hospital to give them an idea of how to position me on the x-ray table so they could get a better shot of my second hip. So this is a true story, and I think it illustrates quite well from my own personal experience the kinds of things that we are expecting of you graduates and the kinds of improvements you're going to make in the healthcare system, not only about people not having to cart x-rays around, but about medication records of people who were at a previous hospital, about their allergies to drugs, about what have you. I think you really, if you think about it, you're going to be critically important members of the healthcare team. They're going to help to improve the health and well-being of people out in society. So you're going to be doing important work. There's not many of you because this is a new program. So I want you to, I know you'll do us proud. You do yourself proud. I also want to say that even though the School of Biomedical Informatics is our smallest school in the Health Science Center and our newest school, it doesn't mean it's any less important or any less valuable. And sometimes when you go to a new place, you have some extra things to do and you have to work through some issues simply because they haven't been worked through by faculty and students before. And sometimes that can be a little frustrating, but in my experience, the process of having gone through and doing new things and learning by doing and being a pioneer, that's the first one or two people to go through a program, I think you'll find when you get out in the real world how much an advantage that's been, because you have to learn on your own how to do things that are new and challenging and sometimes probably a little bit frustrating for you. But that's really the way your professions are going to be. And I think people that have done that and shown they can do that turn out to be particularly good, important members of their profession down the road. So you've been pioneers here at SBMI. Dr. Zhang mentioned that. And I hope as you go forward, you'll see yourselves as pioneers and graduates of our school. And you'll be the ones that some of you will be training the next generation. Some of you will be certainly training physicians, nurses, dentists, healthcare providers, the important work that we're going to have to do in this country in the near future. So I wish you well. You're going to be doing important work. We're proud of each and every one of you and send our best wishes for you in your future careers. So please do keep in touch, and congratulations again.
Dr. Stansel, thank you so much. We truly appreciate you taking time in your very busy schedule to come and be with us this evening. It means a lot. I would like to recognize Dr. Hongbin Wang. Dr. Wang is our Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, and I think he's standing just off to the side from us. But Dr. Wang, thank you so much for your leadership. We truly appreciate all your efforts and everything you do to make this a successful program.
Thank you, and congratulations.
Do you have some remarks for the students?
Sure. Okay. So I would like to offer my personal congratulations to each and every one of you. Job well done. I know for some of you the journey has been bumpy. You have to overcome many difficulties, both personal and professional, but you made it. So in the end, I hope you'll find it all worth it. So this is our second virtual ceremony in Second Life. So we would like to showcase our commitment to innovative technology in education and research in applied health informatics. So I know some of you will go on to practice what you have learned, and some of you will continue to study toward your PhD. So no matter what you do, so I want you to know that we at the school are proud of you, and from now on the sky is the limit. So again, congratulations and best wishes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wang. At this time, in our completion ceremony, it gives me great pleasure to introduce my friend and colleague, Dr. Carla Tyson. She is Program Director of Health Information Technology at HCC, the Coleman College for Health Sciences. Dr. Tyson is our invited speaker tonight. So, Carla?
Thank you, Dr. Brixley. And if you could just give me a couple minutes to figure out how to get on the stage. I'm trying to do this very gracefully. And thank you for the invitation. This auditorium is so neat. And forgive me if I walk on top of you. I'm doing the best I can.
You're doing great, Carla. We're so happy that you're here.
Thank you. Oh, come back. I think that's pretty close. Maybe that's close enough to the podium. But congratulations, graduates. Y'all have done a great job. Y'all are embarking upon a wonderful profession, and there is not a lot that I can tell you about the profession that you already do not know. I'm across the street from you at the Coleman College, Houston Community College, and I manage the Health Information Technology program at the associate degree level. So I just want you to know that you are ready. what you're getting ready to embark upon and the career that you are embarking upon and going out and working in the healthcare industry, you have everything that you need. You're ready. And if Marcos could forward the slide for me. So as health information or health informaticians, we indirectly affect healthcare. Not that we touch patients, we don't have the gooey, blood and guts stuff, but we do still affect patient care. We affect the rendering, the quality, and specifically the finances of healthcare. And so we basically are the heartbeat of the healthcare institution. If it wasn't for us making sure that information is readily accessible and available, patients would die. And if you would change the slide for me, Marcos. So basically, if you wanted to compare our profession or who we are, if you wanted to compare it to someone that you may know and love, I would call us Keebler cookie elves. We're like Keebler cookie elves. All people, when they come into the kitchen after someone has went shopping in the grocery store and they have these little Keebler cookies and they're delicious and we're eating them, all we know is that we're eating a really good cookie. We don't know who made the cookie. We don't know where the cookie was made. All we know is that we have a really good cookie. The same with us. People, nurses, healthcare providers, physicians, they may not know where the information came from, but when they sit down at a device, all they know is that they have that patient's information readily available to them. And when you talk to clinicians or healthcare providers, it doesn't even dawn on them that somehow somebody had to put this together for them to access. So we're like Keebler cookie elves. We make sure that everything comes together so that the heartbeat can continue in the institution. Next slide. So since I can't share or teach you anything about health information or informatics that you can't teach me, then what I am here to do is to tell you once again that you are ready. And I'm here to encourage you to let you know that you're ready. You have all you need in order to be successful. And I want to remind you that this degree does not make you, but you make the degree. You're going to make this degree what you need it to be for you. People are not going to hire you simply because you have a degree in health informatics. They're going to hire you because of what you can do with this information that you have garnered while you've been in the program. Next, please, Marcos. One of my favorite stories that encourages me is Edmund Hillary, and he was the first person to climb Mount Everest. And he didn't climb it the first time. And so what he did after he was unsuccessful the first time, he pointed at a picture of the mountain, and in a loud, poignant voice, he said, "You beat me the first time, but I will beat you the next time because you've grown all you are going to grow, but I'm still growing." And the next year, he succeeded in becoming the first man to climb Mount Everest. The health information is there. It is going to grow. It is going to change. It is going to morph into other things. But you have everything you need in order to conquer the mountain that is in front of you. Next slide. Another thing that I always like to remind myself of is that I have to watch the way I think, because however I think, that is what it's going to be. There's a quote in the Bible that says, "For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." So that means that we need to watch what we think. We need to expect what we want and then look for that to carry out. So your faith, you have to look at your faith, and the faith is when you take your faith and you seed it into expectation, that's what's going to give you the good results that you're looking for. If you expect good things and you have the faith that good things will happen, then they will happen. And the same thing on the other side. If you expect bad things are going to happen, bad things are going to happen. one of my colleagues, when we parked right next to the UT building, and she told me one day, "Why is it that you always get good parking spots?" And I told her, because I expect it. When I'm driving toward the campus, I always expect to get a good parking spot. I don't expect to park way at the back. I expect to park at the front, and so that's what I get. So you have to position yourself to win and have no fear. Dispel all fear and doubt, because all that's going to do is cause you to worry and not accomplish your goals. Next slide, please. There's this comedian who I just think is hilarious. His name is Cat Williams. I can't repeat a whole lot of things Cat Williams says because his language is very spicy. But I was watching him one day on TV being interviewed, and the interviewer asked him, "What is the secret of your success?" And Cat Williams said, "I put a lot of pressure on God." So what I'm telling you is, look towards something higher than you, outside of yourself, and expect to receive from this that is greater than you. And then put a lot of pressure on that which is greater than you to assist you to become greater than where you are, or accomplish more than what you have at this time. Next slide, Marcos. One day I was watching an interview with Mike Tyson. And he was, at the time, this is when Mike Tyson was in his heyday. And at the time, he was probably around 19 years old, maybe 20, when they did this interview. And it has stuck with me for a very long time, and it encourages me. And what he said in the interview was, no one, and they were actually, what they were doing is they were showing him running. He had got up real early in the morning, he was jogging. And so as they showed this video of him jogging, he was saying, no one wants to get up at 4 and go running when it's pitch dark, but it has to be done. The only reason I do it so early is because I believe the other guy isn't doing it. And that gives me a little edge. The most difficult part about fighting is the training. Believe it or not, the easy part about fighting is the fighting. So what he was saying was the preparation. He says it takes all this to prepare for a fight that may only last maybe 15 minutes, but he spends all this time in preparation. And something that really got me about this quote was that he says, I get up and I go jogging at 4 in the morning because he thinks the other guy isn't doing it. He doesn't know if the other guy is getting up at 4 in the morning and doing it or not. All he knows is that it gives him a feeling of winning, a feeling of overcoming his opponent. So all of this preparation that you have done, it has prepared you for the fight. And so the hard part is already over. Now you're moving on to that which is easier. Next slide, please. Another one of my heroes is Tony Robbins. And taking that whole concept that Mike Tyson talked about, the edge, if we look at some of the things that Tony Robbins has had, he says, in order to be great, you really have to love people. You have to love people. You know, I know, just y'all, I'm sure y'all are not that different than me. Then sometimes people get on my left cranial nerve. However, we have to love people. We not necessarily like them all the time, but we have to want what's best for other people. We have to want what is good for the other person. If we didn't want what is good for other people, then there really is no need for us to be in the healthcare profession. We are in health information, health informatics, because we want other people to be treated well and we want them to get good care. So we have to love people. We also have to place great demands upon ourselves. We have to expect great things. We have to expect that I'm going to come through this master's program, which most people don't do. Most people do not get master's degrees. It takes a lot of work and effort. But because I put this great demand on myself, then I'm going to expect something of it. And we have to recognize that we are only a smidgen away from our greatness. Tony Robbins gave this example where he was taking golf lessons, and he would not that necessarily that he liked golf, but his children like golf, and he wanted to spend more time with his children. And so as he was golfing, he was shooting way off from his target. And so he told his coach, he's like, you really aren't that good of a coach, because I'm really way off from where I'm trying to get to my target. And his coach told him, oh, no, 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 no. You're only a smidgen off. And he said, well, you could have fooled me. The ball keeps going way over there. He says, even though the ball is going yards off, it's your what is that thing people use to golf? The club putter. He says your club is just a few centimeters off, which is causing you to go yards off once you hit the ball. So we're only a smidgen away from our greatness. When we want to be great, we only need to tweak a couple of things. Here, you have come and gotten your master's in health informatics. So now you're just a smidgen away from what it is that you want to do in the healthcare industry. So I say that also you need to love your job. I love what I do at Houston Community College. I love teaching students. I love sharing information with them. Whatever it is you're going to do, you need to love your job. Next slide, please. And whatever organization you work for, know what it is they value. If they value something that is completely strange to what it is you value, and if it's extremely far off, then it's going to be nearly impossible for you to love your job. So you really want to line up with an organization that has values that you can help contribute to. And I said we need to love people, and it's also good to like your boss. And it's good to like your colleagues. It really is. It makes the day go by a little faster. And be excited about who you are. Be excited about what you have accomplished. Stand on the stage and do your best Tarzan beat your chest move and say, I really am excited about who I am and what I've accomplished, because what I have accomplished in getting my master's in health informatics is huge. It's big. And let me finish by saying, if you don't love people, if you don't enjoy your job, if you don't like your boss, and you can't stand your subordinates, then you can do one thing, and that is you can change your mind. If you don't like somebody, we really do have the power to change our thoughts and say, well, I don't like them, but I'm going to try to like them. And if we try to like them, then we may actually like them. And that's all I have for you. I encourage you to go out and do great things and to continue on with great things. Again, you are ready. You have everything you need to succeed, and I'm very happy for you. Thank you.
Carla, thank you so much, and thank you for those inspiring words and reminding the students they are prepared. They are prepared to enter the workforce. And thank you again so much.
Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate it.
So at this time, we'll recognize the students. So I'm going to read your name and your capstone project. And even though these have been completed as team projects, you'll hear each student, your name, and the project that you've worked on. First student, Dion Campbell. Capstone project is computerized physician order entry. Will it save your life? Next, David Fulton. Computerized physician order entry. Will it save your life? Babitha Joseph. HIT and EHR, adoption in rural and critical access hospitals, a review of the literature. Kanema Cannon, solving the medication reconciliation dilemma using health information technology, a review of the literature. Charlotte Morris, Technology's Impact on Medication Reconciliation, a review of the literature. Noble Azoko, HIT and EHR adoption in rural and critical access hospitals, a review of the literature. Medi Reyes, Technology's Impact on Medication Reconciliation, a review of the literature. James Stubblefield, HIT and EHR adoption in rural and critical access hospitals, a review of the literature. Samir Thacker, the potential of electronic personal health records, a review of the literature. Congratulations on amazing capstone projects. I was looking at them today.
Wow.
They are just wonderful projects. You should be so proud of your work. And think about how far you've come in your writing skills and the infamous APA format. Most of you are getting close to 100% on it. I'm so pleased. This evening, before we leave, I would like to recognize Dr. James P. Turley for his leadership and scholarship at SBMI. His efforts and contributions have made this program a success. Dr. Turley, a few words? As you know, Dr. Turley has retired, but his presence is definitely felt at the school and for our program. And I'm sure Jim will be willing to share many of his wonderful pictures that he's just taken from his dive trip. Additionally, I would like to acknowledge Dr. Ed Shee for his scholarly contribution to this program. As you know, Dr. Shee has become a student again himself, and he's at University of California Law School in the San Francisco area. Ed, a few remarks? Ed may have had to go back to orientation and his role as a student. Additionally, I would like to recognize the faculty in attendance tonight, Dr. Yang Gong, my colleague, Dr. Amy Franklin, and Dr. Velma Payne. Couldn't do it without you. We have a great team. Additionally, this ceremony would not be possible without the support of Dr. Ting Ting Liu, Marcus Hernandez, and Jonathan Wolfart. They're the guys that make this happen. They're your tech support. They design the invitations. They make it happen. Lastly, I would like to recognize Dr. Susan Fenton. She's the PI for the Pure Hit grant. Dr. Fenton, we are truly appreciative of all your efforts. And yes, Dr. Vogler, my colleague in this adventure, thank you so much. So again, congratulations to the students at this for the completion ceremony. So this concludes our ceremony. You are free to fly or teleport to the location of your choice.